now we are in the process of rebuilding, normalization, recovery. The international community has responded very quickly, very powerfully, strongly. United States was one of the first countries to respond. Search and rescue teams arrived immediately. American people, first of all, of course, then the U.S. government, the business community, NGOs, firefighters, and others have come to our help, and we are really grateful for that. And I want to acknowledge that, and why we need to have a strategic conversation between Turkey and the United States, not just some tactical transactional issues on, say, the war in Ukraine, or energy, or the situation in Afghanistan, or Libya, or in Eastern Mediterranean, but a larger geopolitical strategic conversation that will, I think, put everything in perspective and bring us a sense of urgency in terms of what we need to do, not only for our own countries, but for the future of the planet. Because every single challenge we are facing today, from the energy to migration, from anti-terrorism to the war in Ukraine, now affects everything, because this is becoming an increasingly intertwined world where one thing can have a huge impact in another part of the world, in any part of the world. And you know, the movement of the wings of a little butterfly in one part of the world can cause a tsunami in another part of the world. That's the butterfly effect age in which we live now, and you see this across the globe, in every field, from business to politics, from energy to cyberspace and many other areas. They're here. Thank you again for first of all coming here, but also making pledges to help the earthquake situation in Turkey. But it's more than that. Actually, we are rebuilding people's lives. 11 cities affecting, as I said, about 14 million people. That's a lot of work, and it's going to take us some time to go through that. And of course, partnership, joining forces, developing projects like the one we saw, is extremely important now at this point to help the disaster victims. Now we are in the process of recovery, normalization, reconstruction, where people's immediate need now is, first of all, temporary housing. As our president has announced several times, you may have seen it in the news, that he's pledged to build at least 200,000 houses in the first year. And this is what people need more than anything else at this point. And everybody, when you go to the area and talk to the people, the first question they ask, when are we going to have our homes? And that's quite understandable. It's a very humane response to such a crisis, because they want to rebuild their lives, get back to their old ways of doing things, their families, their children, need to go to school, etc. And so far we have about 3 million people actually moving out of the region, going into other cities from the disaster area. But at one point they will want to come back, naturally, if our humanity comes out and we discover more. And in this sense, in this particular sense, I think we can utilize this, turn this into an opportunity, not only to help people in need, but also open up new opportunities, possibilities for Turkey-U.S. relationship. Or look at us, if you like. The first one is the U.S. government. The second one is the Congress. The third one, this is not in hierarchy, by the way, I'm just mentioning. The third one is the business community. The fourth one, layer here. Now, I have to say that for a number of years now, unfortunately, Turkey has been subject to somewhat unfair, biased reading of various kinds when it comes to the meaning and the strength of our alliance, when it comes to the war in Ukraine, when it comes to regional issues, and few other things. Safe. Because I always say this, and I believe it's true, that none of us is safe until all of us are safe. And none of us will benefit from the wealth and security and stability that we are all yearning for until and unless we are all safe, secure, and share in the prosperity and welfare that we want to create for our communities, for our children. So that requires a lot of work. I understand the short-term interests of politics, especially electoral politics. I sympathize with that. But there are issues that go beyond short-term election periods, short-term perspectives. There we need to have even a more robust strategic conversation with the people of the Congress. Other partner. There are times when you have differences, but I think those differences can certainly be addressed and overcome in a very civilized manner, in a way that will benefit everyone mutually, that will save, that will protect the interests of both sides. And Turkey-U.S. relationship, of course, is based on mutual respect, mutual interest, and on principles of good governance, principles of understanding each other. Therefore, I look forward to that conversation, of course, with the Congress people. But I sometimes feel like they have a rather skewed picture of what's happening in Turkey and also in other parts of the world.